the top. Chris here. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I've been having a pretty good one. Thought I'd show you an update on my tank. If you want to head up there to the video, I'll put a link up here and go check out when I first started it up. I just had some wood in there and there was no fish or anything at the time. So anyway, this is the tank now. I've got it planted. I got some substrate in here. I ran into a lot of issues through the whole process. When I started with the wood, and it was releasing too many tannins and I didn't like it, so I removed the wood. And then what I did is I got some lava rock from the hardware store and I crushed it up with a hammer and I put that in the tank. And you know, everything was stable with the tank, everything was good. So I just introduced a couple of tetras at the time, just while the tank was really getting well stabilized. It was stabilized, but I wanted to get it, introduce some fish slowly so I didn't overburden the filtration all at once. So well, everything was good then. Then I decided I no longer wanted, I wanted to go with a dirted tank, sorry. So I went and I removed all the substrate, put some soil in, put the substrate back in, and put the fish back in. Everything was going pretty good. Had one issue with some nitrite spikes. I believe it was probably from the soils that were used. I just kept up with the daily water changes, probably for about 5 or 6 days until the everything balanced back out and everything's good now. Then everything's been good for about, I don't know, a week, maybe, week and a half. And being as impatient as I am, in my own ignorance, I wanted to grow algae on the back walls and the sides. So I took my big lights that I have actually behind me and I was aiming it on the walls of the tank to try to promote algae growth. Unfortunately, that promoted a lot of brown algae growth. And this has really affected the plants quite a bit. I did a bit of a cleaning with it today. I did a bit of a vacuum and I brushed off some of the plants as good as I could. Last night I basically just shut the lights off early. All day today I've only had one brighter light on and the others were off. I've got them on right now just to do the video, and then I'll be shutting them back off and be just going for maybe 6 hours light a day, and then I'll be shutting it down just to get rid of the brown algae. So once that's all gone and everything's good, we should be alright. I am starting to see some white roots coming up on the plants up top. So as long as they stay white, they're not getting brown, we should be good. Plants look like they're taking off well now. Everything's looking pretty good. So hopefully I'll get this solved out pretty quick. I've added some, as I mentioned, tetras, skirted tetras. I got some tiger barbs in here, just a couple of those. Got some more red tetras there. And my cichlids. I got just a variety of different cichlids in here. I think right now I'm up to, I think 17 cichlids. My goal is to get up around 40-ish, just because I don't want any battling going on between the fish and to keep them settled down. So far everything's good. There's no big fights going on. They're having no problems with each other at this point. Mind you, they're still young. When they grow up, we'll see what's going to happen. If anything happens, worst case scenario, I'll set up another tank and take the other fish out if I start seeing some aggression. So anyway, yeah, that's about it for that. Again, the lava rock. Man, they wanted 70 bucks a bag. Canadian bucks. Funny money. They wanted 70 bucks a bag for crushed lava rock stone. $6 at our local hardware store. I pretty much wiped out all the hardware stores probably within 30 kilometers of here. I'll explain why. I think the inside, I think maybe it was 4, 5, 6 bags. I actually need to crush probably 2 more bags and put it in the tank. There's just quite not enough on top of the dirt and I need to take care of that. But right now it's working. Once I get a few more bags to crush it up, I'll get it in here and without doing too much damage. I have purchased some larger lava rock for the corner. I found a nice cheap source for those in Bolton, so that was fantastic. So again, lava rock for me is the best choice just because it's so porous and your beneficial bacteria will sit in those pores really well. So again, what I'll do is I'll bring it down into the filter area and I'll show you a lot of the DIY stuff I've done down there. Again, most of the filtration is DIY myself. I got a weir up here. I think it's a 2-inch tube or 1.5 inches. I can't remember. I think it's 2-inch. And then, yeah, it's 2-inch, and then I got a 3-inch weir on this side, and they both overflow into the bottom here. Now, yeah, let's, I'll do a little close-up of the fish here, let you see those. I know it's hard to see from a bit further away. So we're going to get a look at some of the fish, and then we'll head down and check out the filter, and I'll explain what I've done down there. There's one nice fish there. He's probably the biggest one. He likes to hide him behind the weir, so I don't know if we're going to see him or not. If he comes out, maybe I'll snap a picture and I'll put him up for you. Alright, so let's head down. Well, let's look at the fish and then we'll head down and check it out. So let's try some feeding. I'm kind of laying down here, not a whole lot of room to get all the gear in here. But anyway, this is the sump here that I got going on. I've got many different types of media in here that are all DIY. I got a little bit down at the bottom of your standard media that you can buy at your local pet stores, but not very much. Maybe a gallon, if maybe a little more. Anyway, I've used lava rock again for this. Sorry, this thing's a mess. I never cleaned it when I put it in. But yeah, I've used lava rock, and again, very porous, lots of air for surface area for the bacteria to sit on. I've also used just your standard plastic scrub brushes that you get at your local dollar store, and I picked up a whole bunch of those. Got a bunch down here, a couple in here, and a bunch in here as well. I also got lucky and I found sponges, same material of the ones that you buy at your pet store. I think I picked up like 3 for $1, so I picked up a whole bunch of those, and this thing's other than the filter floss, it's almost completely full of sponges and scrub pads. I got a bunch of sponges on this side as well. I got some media bags stuck in there and a little bit of carbon in the back. And again, I've added a few air stones, all coming off the same pump. I've plumbed in both pipes coming in for the return. My original plan, and I still might go forward with it, is I'm going to put a drip system on it, and the one pipe will actually become the overflow will go down into the basement, directly into the pipe that I've got off to the side. It is all hooked up right now, it's just not all connected. I just want to make sure everything's going smooth with the tank and everything's running right before I go ahead and start messing with the plumbing a little more. But that'll be at another time. Over here, I've got the heater stuck in here. Honestly, I got it on low. This tank heats up on its own, just being in the room quite nicely, so not much need for it. I am running I believe it's a 575 gallons per hour pump. I had a larger sump pump in there that I had for gold panning or sluicing, and it was like 1,300 gallons per hour, and it was just far too much for this tank. I was having to choke it off with the valve in the back, and it was very noisy. This is in my bedroom, and I'm trying to keep it as quiet as possible. So this pump's much better and does the job. Again, Got my baffles in here so the water will come down, goes underneath, comes back up, over, and then it'll go down here and then comes up on this side. I got problems with the baffles over here. They did, it's kind of running out of silicone when I built it, and I should have been patient and went and bought some more, but I didn't. They've come a little loose, but that's okay. This is just the return to go into the pump. I filled up this media with afterwards, and I've got some blocking in here, just some PVC piping that'll hold everything together, so it's fine. It's doing its job. There's no issue with water getting through, penetrating here. It's just going into the return. So I'm not too concerned with that. You know, maybe it comes time when I actually got to take it all apart and do a good cleaning. Well, you're not going to do it all at once, but if I got to remove the media, I'll fix it then. The problem is, you know, it's going to take, you know, at least a day to dry. So in the meantime, I'll have to get another tank to put all this stuff into and keep it running, and the fish as well. Anyway, that's the sump for now. They've done some other few things that are a little DIY, and I'll maybe I'll do another video on some of the other things. But anyway, yeah. So if you want to save a few bucks, let me tell you, go to check out your dollar stores, check out your corner stores, your grocery stores. You know, these plastic sponges and scrub pads, they're the ticket. One other thing I've done is I've got a couple of bags in here. I've used laundry bags, the ones that you put your laundry in to wash or whatever. And I just cut up a bunch of drinking straws into little pieces, and I actually sanded every straw, cut them up, and I got a bag full of the reason I'm sanding is it gives more surface area for any of the beneficial bacteria to stick to, as well as I got a whole giant bag in here full of like plastic containers that I've cut up in little bits. Again, sanded all the containers and cut them up in little bits. What I'll do is when I'm done here, I'll bring them out and I'll just show you on camera what they look like. I don't really want to disturb them too much, but maybe I'll just shove the camera over top and you can get a quick look. So anyway, yeah, everything's running good. I believe I have a couple of ghost shrimp inside here taking care of business. Originally, one of my returns didn't have a... no, that was a different issue. This is I guess they got down into the weir and they ended up in here. I saw one day way down in here, so we had to have made it down through all this, got all the way up through here, and he was down in here. And I saw another one over on this side one day, so I don't know if they're still in there or not, but who knows. I got some shrimp in there somewhere, I'm sure. That's a good story. Actually, I had another one as well. I do have an additional canister filter that I had previously that I'm using, and one day I woke up and there was 6 tetras missing out of 12, and I was like freaking out and like, well, I guess they got sucked in and the impeller got them and that was it. But 3 or 4 days later, I decided to rinse out the sponges in the canister, and I opened it up, and every fish, all 6 except for I believe it was 2, were still alive. It freaked me out. I opened up, one jumped at me. I'm like, whoa! So in a panic mode and get them all back in the tank. Anyway, there we go. So hope that gives you some ideas for anything you want to do to save some money. Trust me, it's working great. You know, it's a 90-gallon tank up there. Probably got maybe 35-40 gallons of filtration going on here, so more than adequate for what I need. And you know, I shouldn't have any issues moving forward. Like I said, everything's stable as can be right now. I'm not showing any nitrates, nitrites, or ammonia at all. Everything's perfect. So that's always a good sign. You just got to take care of that brown algae and get these lights shut off. All right, guys, I'll bring you in, show you the filters, or the DIY filter media there, and I'll take care. Thanks for being here. Remember to hit subscribe, share, like, do all that good stuff. I really like to see you come back and check it out. You know, I'm still, you know, the whole YouTube thing. It's probably why I'm not doing much videos. You know, now to get 1,000 subscribers, and I think it was 4,000 viewing hours. So, you know, anything you guys can do to help me out, and you know, share this video and like it, and that'd be awesome. I really appreciate it. And any newcomers here, check it out. I'll do a few more of these updates every once in a while, probably every couple of days, I'm hoping. And in the summer, hopefully I can get back to metal detecting and do quite a bit of that. I am going back to work in another week, actually, so should cut into my video time, but I'll still do my best to bring in some content. All right, guys, thanks a lot for being here. Have a good day. Keep your fish swimming. All right, guys, I had to bring the camera up here, so sorry it's a little shaky. Anyway, here's the bag of drinking straws, quite a few of them. I did a lot of cutting. Some Java moss growing in there. That's all right. Any plant stuff's good. And down here there's this black bag, and lighting's kind of dark, but it's chock full of cut up pieces of plastic that are doing their job. Like again, yeah, the important thing there was sanding it all to make sure that it has good, lots of surface area. All right, thank you.